What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on, world? It's your boy. It's your host, Ryan from the Six, man. Hope everybody's good out there, man. Hope y'all having a good Tuesday morning. Yesterday was nice out here, man. Yo, it was little cool. Not too cool though, Today's supposed to be even nicer. So, yeah, man. Kids just deep in the winter season. So, they playing hockey and stuff like that. So, it's only right. It's only right. Yours truly keeps them active, bro. And that's what I do. That's what I really do. But thank you everybody for tuning in to Boxing Talk Up North. I'm your host, Ryan Fraser. Ryan from the Six, man. Make sure you smash the like button when you come in. Support the channel. Do all that nice thing, those nice things. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about, man, to unpack the weekend. I won't go too crazy in depth because I thought for sure, Diego Pacheco would have had a more how do I say, a better performance. I thought it was mid, yo. I thought it was mid. I thought it would have been better. Um, I guess it is what it is in my eyes. I'm that type of person, like, man. Diego Pacheco, in my eyes, could have did more to win the fight, but nonetheless, he got the win. He got the dub. But I think it was very it was appealing to me because it's like, okay, bro, we kind of know why you staying away from Christian and Billy. You know what I'm saying? You guys kind of went that route where you went to go see how he can do with that type of pressure and that type of person. And I think Eddie Hearn and the crew, they got their message. They know what they're up against. They know what they have now in Diego Pacheco. And I feel like um the Jaime Munguia fight, which you mentioned, is probably a little bit more suited for him. I think the Christian and Billy fight is one he should stay far away from, man. Stay far away from Christian and Billy because yeah, that dude, Christian and Billy, he not gonna fight like this guy, that's for sure. He gonna come in, he gonna be the buzzsaw, and he gonna be completely fine with that. Now, as far as Diego Pacheco goes, I wanted to see more growth, man. I just don't know if this is because he just left Jose Benavidez. Was it Jose Benavidez Senior, right? I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know if he had a bad camp, but he just didn't look good at all. Like Diego Pacheco, it almost was like he just barely won in my eyes, man. Like there's some people who can probably say that there's some controversy in the decision. And if those people said that, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be mad at them because my man Diego Pacheco was looking crazy out there, man. He got dropped. I thought Kevin Sadjo put up a good performance. I thought he came in and did what he was supposed to do as the opponent, right? Push the pace. Um, you know, but I just thought, man, Diego Pacheco was supposed to look better. I wanted him to look better because the Trevor McCumbee fight, that's the fight where I was like, man, I didn't like that fight. I didn't like the way that fight looked. So I was looking at him like, come on, man. You got to give us something this time around. You got to give us something to say, positive things about. But hey, it just didn't materialize. And it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I do think Diego Pacheco's a good fighter. I like what he brings to the table. But hey, man, he may just not be a special fighter. And that's okay because I think in boxing, you gotta have guys like Diego Pacheco who are kind of like the mid tier. The guys who can maybe get there, maybe not. I think Jaime Munguia is mid tier. I think that's fair to say. I don't think he's proved himself to be an elite at 168, especially. But I think he's done fair enough job that you're like he's a competitor. He's a good opponent. You can make a name, right? So I think Diego Pacheco's going that route to fight Jaime Munguia next. I think it's probably the right move. at this point, um, I'm not too convinced, man, that you know, any of those other guys really want to get in the ring with Diego Pacheco right now, in the sense of like, Berlanga. That's probably another good name for him. Even maybe Hamza Shiraz would probably not even look at that fight because he might be looking at it like backwards. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Eddie Hearn places you know, my man Diego Pacheco next, because I think the Jaime Munguia fight is the perfect fight. But it's a mixture of things, like, because Jaime Munguia is a workhorse. He can go in there and outwork Diego. He can go in there and make the big guy feel uncomfortable. I do believe that. But just Jaime's recent performance with Bruno Saras, and the PED allegations, and the fight before that where he got stopped by Bruno, he's kind of like, what I'm saying? He's not on the trajectory of being top or up. And I think that Golden Boy's probably looking at that like, okay, we got to get a win for Jaime, so they may not go fight Diego right away. They might just go another route, and I can see that happening more than jumping in the ring with Diego Pacheco. But that's kind of where we're at with Golden Boy too. They're just not giving us the big fights, man. So I saw something on Twitter last night about DAZN putting pressure on them to get the Boots fight done with Virgil Ortiz, because I guess Virgil Ortiz and his team still adamant about that Spence fight. And DAZN was just outright saying, like, we're not paying for that. To get the Boots fight done. And I like that, man. I like that the networks is stepping in on these promoters and making them give us the big fights, because that's what we deserve as the fans. We pay for these pay-per-views, pay for these subscriptions, and we deserve a good product. So I think for sure, man, that the whole team over there at DAZN is right. They putting it on Golden Boy. They're telling us we want good fights, because Golden Boy hasn't been giving us good cards, man. Shout out to my guy Z Pacino in the building. What's going on, man? Salute Z Pacino, man. Getting ready for Border Wars, big dog. Yo, March gonna be here quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Miles in the building. What up, Miles? Always showing love, bro. I appreciate you. I heard you fighting Vega, man. So I know you getting ready. You always ready to go, man. Shout out to Miles, man. Nobody can say nothing to Miles, because he always fighting. He always in the ring and competing. And I'm telling you, man, it's hard to take that walk and do the thing. So shout out to Miles, man. He's always doing his thing. Yeah, man. So Diego Pacheco, I think he got to stay away from the top. But I think he can fight the other guys like Jaime, the Berlangas. Even Beck the Bully, I think, is a bad matchup for him. Let me take a look at 168, because I do think Beck the Bully's a bad stylistic matchup for Diego Pacheco, because he's kind of got the looping shots too, like in Billy, but he comes behind his shots a little quicker than Billy does, in my eyes. But yeah, I think even Resendiz, he might be too much too. Caleb Plant might be a good fight for Diego Pacheco. Bruno Saras for sure is a good fight. But let me see in his I know he's in the WBO, I believe, Diego Pacheco, where his highest rank is. He's number 3 in the WBO. So yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of guys he could fight here, like Jaime, Callum Simpson, probably too. I mean, if he gets a call for Canelo, I mean, you don't really turn that down, right? You just take that one. So maybe the Canelo fight, but it sounds like Canelo's going to be getting ready for Terrence Crawford. So shout out to him. But yeah, Diego Pacheco, man, I think for sure he needs to take another fight before he even thinks about, sniffing a title fight, man. But we'll see. My man Z Pacino, he said, I think he beats Beck. Nah, he might, man. You know, Beck the Bully. Honestly, he gets pretty wild in fights, and he can like go rogue and just be wild. And really, the fight that really got me like that thinking was like the Gabe Rosado fight where he lost, man. But then he turned around and had that good performance against Darius Fulgham, where I was like, damn, man, I was picking Darius Fulgham to win that fight, and Darius he just couldn't get it done, bro. So shout out to Beck the Bully. Yeah, I thought Ernesto Mercado. What y'all think about Ernesto Mercado? I thought he had the best performance on the card. You know, he got the stoppage over Antonio Moran, but I thought for sure he was gonna get Moran out of there that first round. Yo, he dropped him with that big right straight, and like Moran was, bro, he was on that stanky leg, bro. Moran was looking crazy out there, and I was like, damn, man, Mercado about to get the first round stoppage. Like this about to be super impressive. But he didn't go out and he didn't go out there and blow his load, man. He didn't try to go get it in a way of being wild and being how do I say it? Not being responsible with it. Like he didn't go out there and be irresponsible, get caught with anything. Because they say when you get a guy hurt, yeah, go kill him. But we know the story, man. A wounded dog is sometimes the most dangerous dog, man. Like somebody wounded, they in survival mode, they doing anything to win. So it's good that Ernesto took his time. He didn't force the stoppage, and it shows maturity in that way. Him moving forward too, in his career, man, showing that, hey, man, I'm a puncher and I'm a boxer. And I think a lot of people get caught in the too much of he's a puncher because of the way he's stopping everybody. But I think Ernesto got great boxing skills, man. His in and out range, his way to move around the ring. I think Antonio Moran couldn't gauge him. Antonio, he did land some shots, but he just couldn't keep up to the rhythm of Tito. And Tito looked fine out there. He looked comfortable. I was impressed, man, because Antonio Moran, like we know, he's only been beat by the elite, bro. So Antonio Moran is also a step up for Tito Mercado, in my opinion. And I thought he had the performance of the night. Went to Tito Mercado in my eyes. I thought he looked the best of the guys, and I was impressed, man. I was like, yeah, this is what we need to see. We need to see more Tito Mercado, man, because he's a good, accurate puncher, like my man Z Pacino's saying. He said Tito has accurate punch placement. He don't waste punches either, and that's facts, man. He didn't go in there and try to get a kill irresponsibly. He took his time, and he caught up with Moran in the ninth round, broke him down, stopped him in the ninth. That was a great stoppage. For a guy like myself who likes boxer punchers, I enjoyed it, man. The fight looked great to me. I don't want to see guys out there, especially when you calling out Shakur Stevenson and the top of your division, hitching. You calling out the top of the top. You can't be irresponsible and be sloppy, man, with your work. So I'm glad that Tito's showing this side of himself, showing the boxing side. I hope the rest of the boxing world respects Tito Mercado's boxing skills, man, and understands that this guy, he gonna be a problem, man. I said this a couple years ago. He the dark horse, in my opinion. He with Matchroom now. He wasn't with Matchroom when I said that. He was a free agent doing his own thing, and you can make an argument when he was doing his own thing. He had more fights. He had better fights, arguably, but he's with Matchroom now. He's ranked now in the WBA. Eddie Hearn's got an opportunity to put him on this big platform. I think they need to get Tito Mercado more action next year, more in the ring fights. And 2027, I think for sure the guy could fight for a title, or the end of 2026, should he get a call, take it, man. I think Tito Mercado is primed and ready. The guy's, honestly, he's had a very good start to his career, the way his dad put him in the driver's seat, man. Put good fights in front of him. He stopped the guys he was supposed to stop. Eddie Hearn, do the right thing by Tito. Get him active, man. Get him in the ring often as you can. He can be your potential next American superstar, man, because the guy talks to. He don't mind fighting anybody. I truly believe that. Even though my man from Box Lab Promotions, he came out on the Boxing Voice and said that Tito Mercado, ducked the Jermaine Ortiz fight. I don't know, man. I don't know what the specifics were of the deal or the offer, but I feel like Tito Mercado would fight a guy like Jermaine Ortiz, man. But hey, that's neither here or there. But I do think for sure that Tito Mercado is gonna be one of the guys at 140 that we talk about and put in the mix. And 140 is a deep division, man. It's a great division. The champs are good there. I think we'll see a lot of the belts flip flopping, going from hand to hand, just like 154. And I think that's good for boxing. I know some people don't like that. They like to see the champ reign on for a long time. But when the division is competitive and the belts are changing hands, it doesn't mean the champs are weak, man. It just shows the depth, the talent depth of the division is good. Yeah, man. There's a lot of talent at 140. That's why I'm like so hell bent on Shakur Stevenson. Why don't you just stay there if you beat Teofimo Lopez? Why do we got to go back to 135, right? But hey, that's his position. I'm not gonna ever tell that man what to do. That's how he want to move his career. That's how he's gonna move his career, man. Shout out to him. My bad, chat. And salute to everybody in the building, man. Smash that like button. It's your boy early in the morning, right from the 6, man. I got at 1 p.m. I am gonna go live on my channel. Also live on Millions. I got Shannon Briggs, man. We're gonna do a little interview. We're gonna catch up with Shannon Briggs, 2-time heavyweight champion. Let's go, champ. I'm gonna talk a bit with him. You'll get a little bit about his backstory, where he's from. And for all the members, the channel members, y'all could ask him a question. Just go in the community chat and yeah, man, go ask Shannon Briggs a question, man. Shannon the Cannon at 1 p.m. I'll be live with him. We'll talk about Bronx, Brownsville. That's where he's from. We'll talk about him growing up in Brownsville. I want to get that story about how he got into boxing and his come up, man. And then obviously I want to talk about his later half of his career because I felt like he's kind of like the guy who started the whole trolling thing, man, on another level when he was trolling Vlad. Was it no? Yeah, it was Vlad. I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Vitaly trolling Vlad pretty much around the world trying to get that fight. And yeah, man, I'd like to get his approach on that and why he was so bent on that fight. Like, why that guy? And some other things about the future fights coming up. Obviously, Shushu Carrington gonna be in a title fight soon. He's another Brownsville native. Talk about a little bit about Mike Tyson, his inspiration, being from Brownsville, and I just like to get people's story, get them to talk a bit, and maybe tell us some things we didn't know about them. I think these boxers, we put them in a box sometimes, a little bit, not on purpose, but we just put them in a box, man. These guys got a lot of, they just like us, man. They got lives, they got stuff to look forward to every day, and I really appreciate them guys, man. My man Dr. Boxing Talk in the building. What's going on, champ? My man Doc, man. I'm telling y'all, go check out Dr. Boxing Talk. He got a great channel, bro. I mess with my guy Doc. He keep it down the middle, bro. He not gonna side with you just because he think you, or even if he's your favorite fighter. Like, I know Doc's a big Tank guy, and even Tank do some dumb stuff. He get on Tank's head, and I mess with that, bro. People who keep it 100. He said Tito needs to fight somebody that didn't come off a loss in his last 2 fights. No, that's facts, man. I think I said this, bro. I think he had better fights with his dad, to be honest, than Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just cheap, bro. Like, straight up and down. Eddie Hearn, you need to stop doing this, bro. You need to go ahead and put Ernesto in a dangerous fight, because the dude before was fighting guys like, I forget who he fought. I'm pretty sure he beat Nakatili, the guy who Abdullah Mason beat. I'm pretty sure he fought him and stopped him. Hank Lundy, he was over the hill. I ain't gonna mention that, but I'm just gonna say that I feel like Tito Mercado had a better resume before Matchroom than after Matchroom because they gave him old Pedraza and yeah, Antonio Moran, I think off the loss, right? Said, let's go, champ. Yeah, man, we're gonna have Shannon Briggs on the channel. And salute to Dot, man, for bringing up the membership, bro. I really appreciate you, brother. Supporting the channel, showing love, man. I love it, man. My guy, shout out to my guy, Trini BX, for dropping the $2 super chat on me. He said, let's go, Joshua. Fight week. Yeah, man. Salute, Rod. Yeah, Trini BX, salute, man. Hey, Trini BX, you got IG or something, bro? I'm gonna send you the link for your cousin. Get some tickets, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Doc, man. Yeah, bro. He fought. Yeah. He fought Jose Petraza. I didn't like that fight either, man, because I think Jose Petraza, as we all know, I feel like he was coming off that. Like we just knew Jose Petraza is over the hill, bro. Like we just know that at this point. He's a, he is what he is. He's a gatekeeper, right? So it's like, damn, bro. Why we gotta do this, right? He said, I agree with that, man. That's a fact. Yeah, bro. I think Tito Mercado had a better resume before he got a match. But hey, they got time. They got time, and let's see what Eddie Hearn does with it. My guy Trini BX said Tito versus Barboza. He has only one loss. Yeah, I mean Arnold Barboza's only loss on paper is to Teofimo Lopez. But I know what I saw on that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney undercard when he fought that dude from Ireland, I think he was, or yeah, he fought that dude from Ireland, and that guy just called out Richard Hitchens. Hitchens was like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "Bro, that dude gave Barboza work on the Haney and Ryan Garcia undercard. I forget his name now, but like, yeah, I thought he beat Arnold Barboza that night. He got robbed, but yeah, I think Arnold Barboza and Tito Mercado is a good fight, but just looking at it from an outside, bro, I just know Golden Boy ain't finna do that. They not finna, like, Oscar don't want to lose to Matchroom at all, bro. Like that's just how Oscar be carrying himself lately. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with Oscar De La Hoya, but it's like, bro, you need to start making these fights, bro. It's why the zone about to. I saw a little thing on Twitter, like the zone saying they were gonna, basically not re-up the contract with Golden Boy. Now I hope that's not true. I hope that's just rumors. So I'm not really jumping off the bridge on that whole talk because it didn't come from a real source. I just said somebody that said sources say. When I see that, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, bro, if that's real news or not, because anybody could have just said that. So I just take it with a grain of salt. But if it's true, I feel like, yo, Golden Boy, y'all shot yourselves in the foot because, like, what big fights did you guys give us, man? What events did you guys give? I mean, Lubin and Virgil Ortiz was supposed to be a good fight. Shout out to Virgil, he did what he was supposed to do. But yeah, man, I just feel like it should have been a better fight. Yeah, that's the guy, man. My man Doc said, Sean McComb, yeah. Yeah, he said, I thought he beat Barboza. Yeah, man, I think a lot of us did. And a lot of us, when we saw that decision for Barboza, we were like, what the hell? Nah, bro, they did him wrong. Now, granted, Sean McComb, I just saw he just won a fight. I think it was last weekend on that Demonic Chlorel fight. Sorry, in Paris on the Matchroom card. Man, who was the main? I forget who was the main event for that fight, but yeah, I think that's where Sean McComb won a fight on, and he called out Richard Hitchens. Hitchens, him. See, Richard Hitchens calling out everybody, right? But he's not really fighting anybody. But that's another conversation for another day. We'll get on his head top another day, bro. That dude, that dude Richard Hitchens, man. He funny, bro. He's super funny, man. But let's get into these other topics that I got here, man. These other topics, Yo, salute to my guy Yancey in the building. What's going on, Yancey? Ah, yo, he said Sean McCombs beat the hell out of Barboza. Yeah, bro. That was shoot. I don't even think we called that the robbery of that year, but that was probably one of those robberies of that year, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't really, because I mean, it's because the main event foreshadowed everything else after that. Because of the Ryan Garcia popping, everybody was like, Ryan Garcia. The rest of the year was just Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, man. And that shit was, yeah, you right, man. That flew under the radar because of that. And Sean McCombs definitely beat him. My man Miles, man, he said, man, Pacheco is not the goods. Or is he another Abdullah Mason? Can get dropped and then win. Hey, man, I mean, some people make careers off that, right? Like Tito Trinidad, he would get dropped and then he'd get up and beat the hell out of people. He kept doing that for like years, bro. It's almost like if you were Puerto Rican and Tito didn't get dropped, you was worried. Like, he was like, damn, is he gonna win now? He didn't get dropped. But nah, I like him, bro. I like Diego Pacheco. I just think we know why he didn't fight in Billy now. Shout out to Eddie Alvarez in the building. Shout out to Eduardo, man. What's going on, my brother? Salute, salute. Oh, yeah, it's on the ropes, man. Sorry. He said, Yancey said it really was a big robbery, just swept under the rug because of the bullshit. Yeah, no, that's facts, man. That was a big robbery. I think a lot of people even in the crowd, you heard them booing, bro. Like I remember that. That was pretty bad. That was one of those. That was one of those ones where it was like, man, the fix was in before the fight even started, man. That shit was crazy. My man, Dr. Boxing Talk said, I think it was the Whitaker versus Gavarzi card. Okay. I don't quite remember. I just remember watching it. Yeah, me too, man. I remember seeing the clip. I think you're right, Doc. I think you're right, bro. Yeah, man. Man, Yancey said, no bullshit, man. Trinidad had to get dropped. And then he was on you. Yeah, that's facts, bro. Like all the Trinidad fights I watched, when he got dropped and got back up is when he did work, bro. Which was which is weird, right? But hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. Nah, he said it was the Masood. Okay, all right, yeah, yo, that's what I want. That's what I wanted. The Monte Carlo. Yes, it was on that card because it was on that one where shoot, that girl got slept, bro. My girl from Brazil. What's her name? Burrita. She got dealt with, yo. The other girl though, she's strong as hell, man. She did that to somebody else in another fight. And came in there and just hooking off on girls, man. It's crazy, man. You straight, dog. You straight. I mean, I didn't know either, bro. Salute to my guy Malcolm in the building. Salute, Ryan. Some lady crashed her car into the power lines 5 hours ago, so my service has to call in. 3 more hours to go. Oh, damn, man. Damn, that's crazy. I hope everybody good over there, man. I hope everybody's okay. Don't want to wish anything bad on anybody. Uh-oh. My audio sounding trash. Or something happened to my audio. So let me reset this shit again. My bad. Mike cutting up a base. Said, yeah, I'm trying to. Yo, it did this last time. I don't know why it does this. It would just be like dropping out. Hold on, chat. All right, let me try that. Mike check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, I'm gonna say your audio is connected to Malcolm power line. That's funny. All right, we better now. We in action. I had the playback on, but it's delayed like 30 seconds. All right, man. Sorry about that, yo. Um, my man Trini said his pops would slap him in the corner and he turn up. Oh, Tito Trinidad? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you gotta get smacked in the corner, bro. You know what's up. You just never know. Oh man, he says zero power. Oh shoot. I hope everybody's good over there, Malcolm, man. Never want to hear about people crashing their cars. Dr. Boxing Talk said, yeah, he left Noir. Third one, yeah, put the beats on Fiera. Yeah, man. I was in, yeah, I was shocked too, bro, because I'm like, yo, Fiera was running through people, and she a good boxer, so I thought she was gonna do work on the girl, but hey, old girl had different plans for real. Yeah, my mic, yeah. Fix now. Okay, we good now. My man Malcolm said, Pacheco is no Trinidad though. He is not it. Yo, honestly, yeah, yeah, yeah. We can't say that about Pacheco yet. We can't compare him to no Tito Trinidad, man. Tito Trinidad is a legend. He's world champion, beat some of the best fighters in around his weight class. I'm in totally agreement. He ain't no Trinidad, bro. But let's talk about this ring card, man. Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, the undercard. I want to talk about the undercard. I think I heard Shushu Carrington gonna fight on it against Castro for the WBC full belt at 126. Um, boxing nasty, bro. How Castro gonna fight Cool Boy Steph, lose, and then come back and fight for another title against Shushu Carrington? Man, I just think that this is where I'm like with the WBC, like y'all disconnected from the rest of boxing, bro. Like, and it's not just the BC; it's like all the sanctioning bodies. They do this BS, man. Now I get it. Carlos Castro is number 2, but what about the number 1 guy? Because I know Shushu Carrington has the interim, but the number 1 guy is Nathaniel Collins. He from the UK. I get it. We probably don't even know this dude. I don't really know him. I never watch him fight, but he's 17-0. He's got 8 KOs. That's the fight that Shushu should be fighting, man. And this is what I'm saying. Like these sanctioning bodies, they do these things to themselves to where guys like Terrence Crawford can get up here and talk a certain way about them because they don't follow their own rules. Like Nathaniel Collins is ranked number 1 in the WBC at 126. They fighting for a title. It shouldn't be the number 2 guy. It should be the 1 guy. And I guess you could say Shushu was the 1A or 1B because he had the interim belt. So the WBC, they want to get mad at Terrence Crawford for not paying his sanctioning fees. But man, if you're not doing your own rules, you're not following by your own shit, why the hell am I paying you? Like, you guys literally have a system and just blatantly don't use it. Like, what's the point? So it makes no sense. You know, Carlos Castro, I get it, bro. Like you get another opportunity at a shot, bro. A big fight. Great for you, man. But Nathaniel Collins, I don't know him, right? So I look at it like this. That guy's probably been grinding, trying to get to a title shot, get to this point, paying his sanctioning fees every year, every fight. Because you got to pay to be in these rankings. People always forget about that. They talk about, okay, you got to pay for the belt. No, the guys in the rankings have to pay for the rankings as well. But we don't hear about it much because sometimes it's the promoters who make those payments for those smaller guys. Because the smaller payments, they, you know what I'm saying, for the guys just ranked, they're not as big as the title fights. So the promoters will cover that. But nonetheless, we don't know much about Nathaniel Collins. He may not have a big promoter, so he might be paying out of pocket for these rankings. And this could be an opportunity for him to fight on the ring card against Shushu Carrington, who's a well-known name in America, who he can get a big payday out of. That can make, you know what, I've been working my whole life for this point. You know, I got a bag now. I got opportunity. If I go in here and win, I haven't lost yet. I'm 17-0. I got 8 KOs. Shushu Carrington, he ain't lost yet. So it's just like, bro, if I'm Nathaniel Collins, I'm pissed off right now. And I don't know, maybe Nathaniel Collins just fought. Let me take a look at his box rec and make sure that he just didn't fight. But I feel like he's probably been waiting for the call from Mauricio. And this is what they do, man. This is what they do in the sport. And then they turn around and want to point the finger at the fighters as if those are the guys who made the mistakes or something like that. But I'm just like, bro, like, you dudes just, y'all terrible, man. Because, like, Castro, no disrespect, he just came off a loss, man. But this is what we do. We reward guys to try to get certain guys in the position, man. And it's nasty work at the highest level, man. All right, so Nathaniel Collins just fought in October. He got a draw, 12-round draw against another opponent who's 20-0. So he was in a tough fight. What card was that? October. That was Willie Hutchison and Mark Jeffers. I think that was the main. So look, he's with Frank Warren. He's with Queensberry. So shame on Frank Warren for not pushing for that fight. For not pushing for the... Yeah, shame on Frank Warren, bro. For not getting this guy Nathaniel Collins in with Shushu Carrington. But yeah, it's nasty work on the highest level, man. But oh man, Malcolm, he said boxing is not nasty. WBC is nasty. For real, Dr. Boxer Talk said, bro, the WBC is full of crap, man. They did it with Ryan losing the WBA fight to Rolly, coming back and fighting Barrios for the WBC. Yeah, and the worst thing about that is they banned Ryan Garcia, lifted the ban. And then I think I heard something or read something where Devin Haney said he not even on testing anymore. So it's like, damn, bro, Mario Barrios a whole fool for that. He just giving up his belt. Takuma anyway, also, he lost his WBA belt to Seo Sasumi and turned around and got the WBC belt against Nawasaka, who only had, like 8 fights? Yeah, man, it was nasty work. Shout out to Nawasaka, though, for coming back after that Floyd loss, man. See, Floyd some of his wins be aging like fine wine, man. Canelo and then Nawasaka, man. My man came back and did his thing. Eduardo, Eddie Alvarez don't like Bud, man. He said Bud a snake for that. Oh, man. Malcolm said, WBC, whatever bullshit called for. My man Trini BX, he said, word, Ryan fighting for a title at 147 is crazy, man. He said Ryan paydays bring them more money than Barrios. I hope Barrios packs him up. Me too, man. I hope Barrios taking them vitamins, taking his Austrian, taking whatever he needs to take. Man, if they not testing, I don't care, bro. This dude's a drug cheat. If they not testing and I'm facing a drug cheat, best believe I'm cheating, bro. Best believe we cheating. We finding the shit, bro. My man Malcolm, he said, I think he's back on it. Yeah, bro, he's definitely back on it. You got to take him like that. But I want to see what that undercard looks like with the ring. I think I heard Shushu Carrington and Castro fight for the full BC featherweight title is going to be on it. And also I saw Amma Williams and Carlos Adames is going to be on it for the WBC middleweight title. What do y'all think about Carlos Adames fighting Ammo? You know, and I don't know, maybe Carlos Adames knew something about Janabek the whole time. Because that was a fight that just didn't materialize. Like, that was a fight that was supposed to happen, bro, for a while. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Show some love to the channel. We here early in the morning talking with boxing. Figure I'd get on here quick, man, before I start my day. But Ryan Garcia definitely Shouldn't get that fight. He said, my bad as in Ryan started testing again. Oh, okay. He said, Malcolm said, I swear I read something right, he enrolled now. Can easily cycle off. Yeah. I mean, they gotta announce that fight still. It hasn't been announced yet. So we don't even know when that fight's gonna occur, but I definitely agree with you, man. We shouldn't be like half the testing, half not testing. It's either we gotta be all in or all out, man. They gotta make their decision on what they're gonna do. Cause I think like that's the problem for me with the whole situation of the WBC. It's like, bro, this guy cheated on y'all watch. He cheated last year, or not last year. Was last year? The year before that, he cheated, and now, y'all just cool with it. He said some crazy stuff. Whatever, man. If y'all don't want to penalize him for saying them crazy stuff, I'm all right with that. I just, I'll just look at it like, damn, bro, like this dude Ryan Garcia, a whole head case, man. Something wrong with that, man. But same time, look, I'm not the one that's gonna tell Ryan Garcia how to talk, right? But I just gotta look at the WBC a little crazy. Like, why y'all so bent on Terrence Crawford, and then look at the people you have representing your belt, man. But yeah, I think on this Tio and Shakur undercard, we need to have some of the best fights. It is in Madison Square Garden, man. So let's make it one of those cards where it's a fun card, a fun atmosphere, and we get some good fights, man. Good fights. That's what I'm hoping for. I think Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson can be a great fight. We'll see on. It'll depend on Tio. Tio's gonna have to take chances in this fight, yo. I don't think Shakur Stevenson's a guy who you're gonna get baiting into a fight. So I think Teofimo Lopez is gonna have to take chances early, win rounds early. You see, that's the thing, man. If Teofimo Lopez can go in there and start winning some rounds, bro, I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson gonna have to press on the gas. And whenever we seen Shakur Stevenson have to go get somebody. So I think that's the approach. If I'm team Teofimo Lopez, that's the approach I'm taking. Win these early rounds, get out to a quick start, make Shakur come and get me. I don't think I've seen Shakur Stevenson fight much on the front foot at 35 because he's been like the smaller guy most of the fights. But I would love to see him at 40 walking down Shakur, man. If that could happen, walking down Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson doing that. I think the only way that happens is if Tio gets out early in the fight, gets out to a nice little lead, 5-3 or something like that, or 5-2 going into. I mean, even if the fight acts like that, right? Like, I think a lot of us are taking Shakur Stevenson to win this fight, via masterclass. But if that's not the case, then we can see what Shakur looks like when he gotta go getting him, when he gotta be the hunter at this level, the highest level. I'm a big fan of Shakur Stevenson. I like the way he boxes. I like the way he carries himself. I just always said he just needed that signature win. This is it. This is the opportunity. And I think for sure that they got to load the card up. The ring, they just came off a card, man, where they gave us what? Mason and Noakes, that was a firefight. Bam Rodriguez, Puma Martinez, that was a good fight for Bam. Shout out to him. And then we had the Devin Haney and Norman Jr. fight, which was also a great fight. And a lot of noise and a lot of buildup. A lot of people would have told you that was probably supposed to be the main event, but anyways, that it was a great fight. And then we had Benavidez versus Yard as the main. So I think we could load this ring card up in Madison Square Garden. no, not to the extent of that one, but you can definitely build great fights, man. And we'll see what Turkey Al Sheik and his team comes up with, because I don't know if they bring Berlanga back just yet. You know, I think Berlanga was good for them last time. He sold out. Well, I don't know if he sold out, but he sold a lot of tickets at the tennis spot there in Queen. And I think that's got to amount for something, man. My man Malcolm says Shakur should have took that 25%. Now he's saying he needs a clause to fight Dev. As a Shakur fan, I hate hearing that. I'm anti-hydration clauses in boxing. No, honestly, Malcolm, I'm the same way too, bro. I'm the same way too because here's what I'll say about that, man. Like you train with a guy who just said, F the clause, I'm going up to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. Maybe a lot of people say Terrence Crawford's been always a bigger guy, so maybe he was sucking himself down to make weight at 47. But I'll say this, man. If I'm looking at that guy, I'm like, bro, that guy's great. Terrence Crawford's great. Floyd, yeah, he put a clause on Canelo Alvarez. I think it was a 152 catch weight, but it wasn't a rehydration clause from what I remember. So there was no rehydration clause. So maybe there's a catch weight. Maybe. But yeah, I don't like the clauses either, Malcolm. I'm a guy like that. I don't like the rehydration clauses, man. Shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. He said, do you like the Hitchens versus Jermaine Ortiz fight on the undercard? Ooh. I have mixed views on that, Dot, because I'm like, man, I'm thinking as a fan, like as a boxing fan, as me, it's fine with me. But I'm thinking about, the casual fans, the people who I need to tune into the sport, the people that we want to invite into the sport with open arms. They might not be into too much boxing. A lot of people want to see the Rock'em Sock'em for whatever reason. It's exciting, I guess. And I think a lot of people look at it like, here's how I like the correlation I put with the Rock'em Sock'em. It's with the Steph Curry. To me, like I played basketball my whole life, man. I was getting recruited by D1 schools, and I always think people resonate with smaller guys in NBA because you can't, you know what I'm saying? None of us is 6'7", most of us not. So you can't relate to the 6'8", 6'7" guy. Even the 6'5" guy and Kobe Bryant, you can't relate to them because they not near your stature. Steph Curry is like the smallest guy on the floor looking, right? He's still 6'3". Steph Curry's still tall, but on the basketball court, he looks average. So the average person will always relate to the average guy. I think that's also why I say Leo Messi is so celebrated. The same reason. He's a smaller guy, does amazing things on the pitch, right? But because he's a smaller stature guy, he probably relates to the average person than Cristiano Ronaldo, who's the taller guy, built stronger, built like a horse. So I think people relate to the Rock'em Sock'em because they think, yo, I can go in the gym and do that. I can just go swing and hit on the bag, where like the boxing, the techniques, the footwork, the movement, and the angles, that stuff is like, to some people who've never watched boxing, all of that stuff is a bit too much, man. It's real science. It's real calculated. Like it's absolutely man, what's this physics? It's physics, bro. Really. Like when you're punching a person from a certain angle, bro, you could really turn dudes' legs off. And people train to learn that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They train to learn that. So to invite somebody into that, the main event's going to be high level in my eyes. So I think if you add this to the card, yes, it's going to be a bit dull, but I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I think Jermaine Ortiz is a good fighter. And the fight may be different than I think because Jermaine Ortiz, as of late, has been fighting super aggressive. If you've watched him, he's been on the front foot. He's definitely learned from the Teo situation I think as a B side fighter, he's looking at it like, man, I gotta be aggressive. I gotta go take fights because I boxed against Loma and lost. I boxed against Tio and lost. That's not working for me. So he changes his approach. So I think, yeah, the fight actually might turn out to be good. And it's a good fight for Jermaine Ortiz and Richard Hitchens. I think that'd be his first title defense. So it'd be a good title defense, good name. But if Hitchens wins, then I want to see him in bigger fights, man, for sure. Doc said, I think it's a pretty good, or at least has potential to be. Yes, no, for sure, man. It has potential to be a good fight. I think Jermaine Ortiz has changed the way he's going on about his things. My man Eddie Alvarez said Shakira not beating Tio. My man is not. He's not a Shakur fan, yo. He said forget that. He said I feel you on that. That's a good point. Yeah, man. I think a lot of sports is the guys who are celebrated the most. Maybe outside of Muhammad Ali, he might be the one dude who's celebrated a lot and not average, right? And I'm not saying any of those other guys are average. Like what Steph Curry's done is just that's unbelievable, bro. I don't think we'll ever see another guy like that do shooting the ball like that, bro. Never again. And like guys like him, Messi too, like on the pitch. But I think like those guys they're more relatable to society, so I think that's why they're held up on a higher tier. Like you'll hear people even say that Steph Curry's greater than LeBron. I mean, I think that's crazy, bro, because I think LeBron, he just like what's he like top 10 in every stat? You know what I'm saying? And he just never been in a Golden State situation his whole career. I mean, he did go to Miami, but that's another conversation for another day, man. Steph Curry is great, one of the greatest shooters ever, gonna be the greatest shooter ever when he's done. And we'll have to see if there's another guy like him, but I don't think so. But yeah, that ring card, if Richard Hitchison and Jermaine Ortiz is on it, that'd be dope. That'd be a lot of like New York vibes, man. Because you got Richard, he from Brooklyn. Tio claims Brooklyn, but New York don't really claim him. But he's fought in the Garden before, not the Garden, but the Hulu Theater. I think he fought in the Garden once on a Crawford undercard, big room, or Loma, one of them. But yeah, it'll be a good matchup for sure, man. We'll see what it brings, man. We'll see what it brings. What else we got, man? Ryan Rozecki wants to fight Jay Apataya. Yeah, we spoke about that last week. Jay Apataya, I don't know what to say about it, man. His situation is just kind of like, it's kind of sad, bro. He's been wanting the big fight, but the guys are just tied up, man. They just tied up. There's nothing we can do about that. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Join the members, man. We got Shannon, the Cannon Briggs interview later on today, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live. We'll talk to Shannon Briggs, about his career. I was even wondering if Shannon Briggs, if he ever petitioned for a Jake Paul fight, man. I think he'd be good for a Jake Paul press conference, right? Oh man. But we'll see how that goes out, man. We'll see how Shannon Briggs is. The champ, man, two-time heavyweight champion. Great guy, man. Shout out to Millions for hooking me up with that interview. So we'll be over on Millions too. If you want the high definition version of it, it'll be over there on millions.co. Let me see if I can find the link to it and put it in the chat, yo. But shout out to my brother, man, Joshua Frazier. It is fight week for my bro. His fight, it looks to be on Millions as well. I think they charge $10 for the pay-per-view. Yeah, it should be a good event, man. I'll be there. I'll be calling the fights. It'll be a good one, man. I'm excited for it, bro. I'm excited. as you guys know, man, behind my brother, telling him the world, watching these guys duck them, and yeah, man. Hopefully we get somebody who want to fight us, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Just give us somebody who want to fight. But it's all right, man. My bro, he looking good. He feeling good. He doing his thing. I just want him to go in there and look good, man. Just get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Here's this is the link for the Shannon Briggs interview here. My bad, yo. Shannon the Cannon. Hopefully I went to the chat. I didn't see it drop down there. No, it didn't. That's crazy. Why'd it do that for? All right, let me try to drop it again. It's for the Shannon Briggs interview this evening at 1 p.m. There we go. Got in there this time. And if you want to watch my brother's fight, it's also going to be on millions.co. Let me go pull that one up. I think that one's going to be a good one. Shout out to T Fight Promotions, man. T Rock Promotions. This is Stanley's first event he's doing, man. It's kind of like, it's just like that Bill Haney situation, right? Like, his son's a fighter on this card. He created this whole thing to basically, help his son get more fights because they just don't, they don't feel comfortable going with the local promoters right now. And I think that's cool, man. I think that's fine. I've always been a person that's like, man, you can control your situation. Go ahead and do it, bro. Go ahead and do it. Because you don't know you know what I'm saying? You know your son better than these people, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But let me see if I can go try to get this for y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah, oh shoot, it's $11 USD for the stream. I think I said 10. Yeah, 11 for the stream. And I'll put this link. I'll pin it, man. So everybody can see that. But get back to these not super chats, but to the chat. My man C Pacino. He said Shushu gave some good insight on the Hitchens versus Ortiz matchup. Yeah, he seen them fight in the amateurs and he thought the Hitchens pulled it off. He picked Hitchens to win. Okay. Shout out to Eddie Alvarez. He said, good luck to your brother, Ryan. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Try to get him on the boxing voice after I'll drop that link in the Discord too, man. We got the Discord. And I'll probably go into some other Discords as well, like Doc's Discord and some other people. And drop the link there so everybody could find it. It'll be my first time doing this, man, commentating. Yeah, I gotta find out who's fighting, bro, so I could do my research. I know the main event. I know, like, but the other two fights I don't know. I think it's a pro-am card, so I think there's amateur boxing first, and then there's gonna be some performances, and then yeah, the three professional belts, which is my brother Joshua Frazier is gonna be fighting. His stablemates Ricardo Brown, big heavyweight from Jamaica, is gonna be fighting, and then my man Tav Stewart going for his second fight. He's a prospect out of Canada here. And yeah, it should be a good night of boxing, man. That's for sure. But salute to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all keep me going, man, over here. Y'all keep me motivated. Let me put the Discord link in the chat. But yeah, the Teofimo Lopez ring event. Probably be the better event to start the year. You think so? On January 31st? I don't know why Top Rank allowed that. Like, I feel like it's overshadowing their big fight for Xander and Abbas Baru, man. Like, they fighting on the same day. I don't understand the theory of that, but hey, to each his own, right? That's one of those ones where I'm like, all right, cool, man. They obviously knew what was happening. They knew what was going on behind the scenes with negotiations, and I guess the Top Rank's really just saying, yeah, go ahead, Teal. We don't have dates for you, so go fight over there, because I think Top Rank, they're still in a weird situation. They don't have a network, yo. So they obviously can't match these big offers that their guys are going to be getting, and I think we'll see a lot of these Top Rank guys start to get lent out to other promoters, and that's fine, man. That is fine. I'm okay with it. But yeah, we'll see. But salute to everybody, man, who tuned in. This was just a quick live for me to just get off my opinions and things on what went on this past weekend. I will drop these links on the community page, so subscribe to the channel to get these links. I got the Shannon Cannon interview at 1 p.m. today. That's what I'm gonna do with Shannon Briggs. 1 p.m. We're gonna have that interview. I'm gonna drop the pay-per-view link for my brother's fight. It's gonna be on millions.co. Your boy, yours truly, will be hosting the event. I'll be calling the event. My sidekick will be Melinda Watpool, the current WBA international champion at 160. I think she got a fight coming up, so we'll talk about that also too when I'm with her. And I got the Discord link down there too, which I'll also drop in the community page too. I need to drop it more, so y'all can come in there and talk this boxing talk, man. But to everybody in the building, man, I salute to y'all. I really appreciate y'all keeping me going. Next year is gonna be a great year. You know, we just started on this road, bro. But we here, end of 2026, yo. Salute. Peace.